Okay, welcome, Sue. How are you doing today?
Hi, Ruben. I'm really well, thank you. I'm enjoying the sunshine here in Portugal. And
Oh,
how about yourself?
lovely. I didn't even know you were in Portugal. It's absolutely delightful.
Yeah, really beautiful. It actually got too hot this morning doing yoga on the balcony.
That's tough for some. Tough for some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely feel a good amount of jealousy rising up in me at the moment.
Oh,
Well, brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us here today at Bright Sky. And everyone, this is Sue Holmes. She's a shamanic, space clearing, and geomancy consultant and practitioner. And we're here to talk about the amazing work that she does and to talking about this amazing course that you've got coming up on the 1st of May. It's an accredited course, and we would love to talk about that. So I think first it'd be really wonderful to kind of hear how maybe you got into this work or why this work is so important to you. And then at the end, we'll talk a little bit more about the course. So yeah, why don't we start with that?
thank you, Ruben. Well, I grew up in a really spooky house, and then I spent a lot of my younger years traveling around the world, staying in lots of different places.
Mm.
So I think that just gave me a real experience of so many different energies and different vibrations and different experiences of how it feels to stay in different places. And when I started to train in feng shui and geomancy and space clearing, it was just like a light going on, and I suddenly felt like, wow, I found a job I can really put my heart and soul into. And there was this wonderful connection of feeling in tune with nature. I was doing some dowsing at a stone circle up in Derbyshire, and there was just this wonderful moment of awakening, really, to the working as an agent of harmony. And that's what really this course is doing. It's helping us to become warriors of light in service to the earth, because where we're going, we're helping to create more harmony, helping to restore harmony where the earth has been dishonored, helping to transform people's lives by clearing away the energy of the past, giving people like a fresh new start in their homes. So it's very rewarding and fulfilling and beautiful, and it can be fun as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've seen some of the work that you've done on your website and all of this, and I've heard from a few people as well how wonderful the work is that you do. And it's really wonderful to hear how when you met it early on, it really resonated with you like deeply. Would you say that you kind of felt that through your body?
Yes, yeah, most definitely. As I said, I was on my own at a sacred stone circle, and it was just this, just this big smile appeared in my being of just like, wow, this is brilliant. I've really, started to find something truly magical here. And it's just been, continuing to kind of grow ever since. It's been a voyage of discovery and of personal transformation and awakening as I've gradually, trained and had more and more experience working with thousands of different clients. And so this is also what I can share with people now at this point in my life, is being able to share all of the different challenges I've had, all of the different amazing results that have happened. So this creates like a shortcut for other people to kind of piggyback on my experience, on all the experience that I can share, so that can help to propel them forwards in their own career
Mm.
and in their own work with space clearing and land healing.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So what would you say is some of the most important work that you do in your practice?
Well, the way that I describe the course and the particular way that I offer space clearing and geomancy is a really holistic perspective, and I would say it's a shamanic and animistic perspective on space clearing. So it's very important in my experience to be able to detect the energies rather than, lots of people will say to me, oh, I've smudged the place, with all good intentions, but unless you know exactly what the energies are that you're clearing, and you're working with whichever tools you're using in a very kind of powerful way, it's not going to be doing so much. So that's what's so lovely about being able to share different tools, different techniques of being able to detect energy and being able to work to clear that energy and to bring in blessings for people. But not only are we learning how to transform spaces, we're also holding space for other people, you know, the clients that you meet. So there's a real, there's an art of being able to both be professional and hold space for somebody, because very often people call you in when, you know, sometimes it's a new home, but sometimes they might be in a crisis in their life. So we need to be able to hold space for that, as well as being able to deal with all the different energies and the unraveling of the stories that we can tune into in a building, and then bringing it to a nice conclusion where we've cleared away the past, we've brought in beautiful blessings, and making sure that we are tailoring it to that particular client so that it's appropriate for them, so that we're using language and we're working in a way that they're comfortable, so that it's truly healing for them as well as for the whole home. So it's like there's a lot of different things to pay attention to, which is why I describe it as being a sixfold practice of bringing together what it is to be, first of all, to be a practitioner, to really know what space clearing and geomancy is, to have practiced it at home, and to have really experienced the challenges, experienced the benefits, and to really fall in love with the practice. So, and to get ourselves in a really good alignment and really good shape, so that when we come to somebody's home, we're an embodiment of the wisdom, of the beauty of the practice. And that's also something to get across, how important it is, our own the energy that we bring, so that we come as a gift, you know, to actually, you know, share and to channel as much love and beauty and inspiration to that person's life as we can. And then the second one is to, well, they're not necessarily in a particular order, but to be a healer, to know how to work with sound healing, to know how to work with the elements, to be able to detect the different levels of energy, the kind of energies that we might come across in the space. You know, from thought forms to astral imprints to ancestral stories to all the different kinds of things that we might pick up on in a space. And being able to transform, heal and harmonize the energies there. And then the ceremonialist. So being able to open, to hold and to close sacred space. How to create an altar and how to really make it very sacred, how to hold sacred space and work with the art of ceremony in a way that's very powerful and, as I said, appropriate for that particular client. And then working as a shaman, so working shamanically, again in a way that's appropriate to do in somebody else's house, but working with shamanic journeying, so that our spirit guides that we've developed really strong relationships with, that they can come through and give us guidance. So it's not just me, Sue Holmes, in somebody's house. I'm getting this wonderful divine wisdom coming through, and also when I'm actually engaging in the work, I'm merging with those guides so that it takes the whole kind of clearing process to the whole next levels. And then the geomancer, so we're not just dealing with a house. The house isn't just floating in space. The house is built on the earth, on the land. And when you think about all the things, not only the history of that house and who built the house and everything, but also the history of the land, everything that's happened on that land way before the house was even built. So sometimes we can be shown things that are going on underneath the earth, to do with rock cavities and underground water. Sometimes it's historical things that have happened to the earth. Sometimes it's something that's going on locally. Might be cutting down of trees, it might be quarrying, it might be a building site, and that's sending kind of shock waves through the earth. So, you know, it's very important, I feel, to not only be healing the house, but also to be healing the land and connecting with the nature spirits, you know, seeing what they might have to share about the place, depending on your particular, an individual's kind of perspective on reality, considering those kinds of things.
Yeah.
You might see it as a metaphor, you might see it as actual spirits, and that's individual.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, number 6 is the consultant. So how to put this all into a professional package, to take all of the kind of the magical practices and put it into a professional practice that we can market, how to advertise, how to communicate, how to have good ethics and boundaries. So those are the kind of the 6 areas, the roles that people can train to fulfill in this very holistic way of approaching the subject.
You've spoken about your course so beautifully there, so succinct, so clear, and it all sounds fantastic. And so you're saying that everyone who's on the course gets an experience of learning and training in all of these different 6 aspects. Is that right?
Absolutely. And there's a 6 module option or a 12 module option. So if people really want to learn for themselves how to space clear their own home, but to a very deep and beautiful level, or to start out as a practitioner for others, then you can just do the first 6 modules, and that will give you everything you need to be an accredited space clearing consultant. And then if you want to go deeper, then you stay with me for the next 6 modules, where we open up geomancy and we go deeper into rituals, and we also go into more advanced shamanic techniques such as unraveling curses and ancestral patterns, which can be found affecting people's homes and the land. We'll also look at form feng shui, so the kind of feng shui which people tend to say, the classical feng shui masters say that form feng shui accounts for about 80% importance in feng shui. And then the compass methods tend to be the extra 20%. So this is really going to give you the most important 80% of feng shui analysis and practice, such as how to position the bed in the right place. So really important things like that, looking at the way the house is arranged in the landscape, looking at working with yin and yang and the 5 elements. And we also touch on electromagnetic fields, because they are invisible and tend to be silent. So sometimes people aren't always aware of how much effect they could be having in space, but we'll touch on some suggestions of how we might kind of damage limitation, how to kind of be prudently avoid getting overexposure, see how we can benefit from all of the technology that we have around us, but see how we can limit the exposure our bodies have to the electromagnetic fields and microwaves.
Yeah. What's coming up in me is how what you're offering is one of those things where, and I don't know whether this resonates with you, but one of those things where in life you kind of go along and you think, there's quite a few things in my life where I've gone like, I know how to do this. I know how to organize my room so that it's good and it makes me feel good. But when someone who really knows what they're talking about can come in, it feels like that huge difference it can make. You're living in that home every single day. And I remember when I started introducing some of the kind of key concepts from, let's say, Marie Kondo. I know it's a very different thing, but just even that, just introducing some ideas of how to live more mindfully and how to live with more heart and care for where I'm at. And it made a huge difference. So I can only imagine what having a consultant like you come in and actually do the whole process, how much of a difference it could make. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, thank you. And I think, as you're saying, it's the sort of thing that a lot of the time we're just in certain habits and we just take things for granted, and we just kind of, most people are very busy. We're quite busy in our lives, and we've got so much to be getting on with, and certain things can get ignored. And that's why it's very helpful to have someone come in with a fresh pair of eyes, who can come in and to sort of give us a little wake-up call to what's going on in the home, and then support people in making this transformation. Because as well, if we're people that are interested in healing and awakening and transformation, then as we are transforming, it's really important that our homes are matching that energy. And in fact, that our homes are resonating at a kind of frequency that we would like to be moving more and more into. So it's like so my ideal situation is where somebody says, yes, I'd like the space clearing, the feng shui, and I'll have a personal healing session, because then it's like, okay, we're going to really have some radical transformation, and everybody gets to let go of some baggage and to, you know, move more and more into a greater alignment, and to welcome in more well-being and more support for abundance and whatever their hopes and dreams might be.
That sounds fantastic. So thank you. So let's just wrap it up and make sure that everyone knows how they can access this course, 1st of May, and is there any other information that you would like to share? And for everyone who's watching this, there's links on the side or above, and it takes you through, all the information is there, and you can also contact Sue with the contact email that's there. Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that it's open to all. So whether you're somebody who's totally new to this kind of thing, or if you're already an experienced practitioner, you're going to be able to expand your skills. So whatever level you're at and whatever your experience is when you come in, this will take you to your own kind of next level and give you the support to go out into the world offering this as a professional practice. And it's a very beautiful training. The previous people who've been on the course describe it as being deep and detailed and powerful and life-changing. So I'm really delighted. It's my life's passion and work to be in service and to be able to share this with you. And it's just delightful to see more people coming through the training and going out, taking this beautiful work out into the world and being in service as like warriors of light, going out into the world, helping people to transform and helping to bring more harmony to the earth wherever the earth has been dishonored.
Fantastic. Thank you. And I think you told me before that there's early bird tickets till the end of March. Is that right?
Yes. So the early bird prices are valid for this training until the end of March. And the course starts on the 1st of May. And there are also some payment plans. So there's a couple of examples of payment plans on the website, but I'm also open to discussion, particularly for people who are doing the full 12 module training. If you want to spread it over more payments, then we can also arrange that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Bright Sky today, Sue, and thanks for being a part of Bright Sky and everything that you give us, and for spreading your joy and being a warrior of light. And thank you just so much.
Thank you so much, Rueben. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It's been lovely to meet you, and I look forward to connecting with you more. And thank you so much, everybody. Do get in touch. If you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can also book a chat on the website so we can have a chat and find out if you and the course are a good fit. Thank you so much. Many blessings.
Bye.